I want to bring in on this broadcaster also an Indian who's joining us from Bahrain. We're not going to reveal their identity for their own safety and considering the situation as it's playing out right now. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're safe. I hope you, your friends or your loved ones are doing okay.
Thank you. Thanks
For
for
the
having me.
concern. And lately, we heard two noises like 5 minutes back also, two bomb drops or maybe interceptions. So we are getting alerts regularly from the ministry here, and we are told to seek shelter wherever possible. And yeah, that's what we are expecting to stay away from the area of impact.
Can you tell us what it's been like for the last few hours? Because, while everyone was talking about what's happening in Iran, so many other countries in the Gulf have also been affected in the last few hours. When did you realize that things are quickly escalating? There's a need for you to get to safety.
Certainly. So it's not a working day today, and the day fairly started okay. But 11:30 Bahrain time, we got an alert from ministry saying that you have to seek shelter. And 10 to 15 minutes later, we heard the first noise of the bomb drop, and we started evacuating. We started going out of the buildings, and the region that's closer to U.S. base is asked. People are asked to move away from that area to the city center where it is much safer. And what is happening here is that we heard at least 7 or 8 noises. Some of them were the missiles that got intercepted. Some of them actually got dropped at the US base. I can't tell you exactly how much or how many were those. But yeah, that's what we heard. And the noise was way too high, way too big for us to stay at that location. So people from Indian diaspora or any other place, they came away from that place. And yeah, we are seeking shelter wherever possible.
This isn't normal. I'd just like to highlight here that in Israel, people are used to sirens going off. People are used to running into bunkers. In places like Bahrain, this is unheard of. So I'm sure there's a lot of panic and worry among residents too, among people who've been around you.
It is quite obvious. Although since ministry has taken care of so many things, people are not flocking the roads as they otherwise do. So people are getting time to get their cars, pack their stuff, and still get away wherever possible, and following the advisory on either social media or via the alerts.
What's been the communication so far from the administration there? Can you run us through what really has been their advisory to citizens, to people living currently in these pockets? And is there also an attempt by many people to kind of evacuate, mass evacuations?
Yes, there is certainly mass evacuation going on because the area that's closer to US base is highly at a vulnerable situation right now. And we are told that no one is safe, because there can be a chance where the debris might fall off on any of the cars or the people who are walking by. So we are asked to leave that place as soon as possible. Coming to the part where we are getting either alerts or the advisory. So the Bahraini government has been helping a lot with the alerts so that we possibly we can evacuate as soon as possible. And from Indian administration, we got the advisory from the social media, which are basically telling us to move away from the region of impact.
Has there been any communication also on what could happen in the days to come? Is there a concern also among the Indian community that we kind of need to get out of Bahrain, and how does that happen then?
So far, there hasn't been any such communication, actually.
Okay, all right. Stay safe out there. Thank you very much for joining us. And our thoughts are, of course, with every single one of you in these areas, because understandably, there's a lot of chaos, a lot of concern, a lot of worry for each one of them and their families, I'm sure, in India, wondering what's really happening, whether things are going to get better. But we can tell you that looking at the situation currently, it does look like that it's only going to escalate, that it's not going to end in a matter of hours. This is going to take days for any sort of de-escalation. And what that de-escalation actually looks like is also a big question mark.